Jim Lang, first of all, tell me about your family and a little bit about your role as a father.
Okay, that's a good question. My family, I was married in 2000, and then in 2001, we were pregnant with our first child, and my wife had a medical condition called hyperemesis. In this condition, the baby basically sucks everything from the mother to survive, and then after the first trimester, things will get better. And we were skeptical, and then sure enough, at the first trimester, she could keep food down. And so she was born December of '01, and then everything's fine, and then I guess 6 months in, Patricia goes, I want another one. I started using some choice language. Because the doctor said you almost died. Are you kidding? So we had 2 kids born at 17 months.
Wow.
And that was not, it was like, what? And so there was about 2 or 3 years there where it was like, I would stop in at the store for pull-ups like every 3 days.
What is your role as a father in your family?
I think it's teamwork. Because my wife and I are big on teamwork, like, okay, you do this, and I'm going to do this part, and then you do this, and we try not to make it one doing everything. And there's certain things that I know I'm capable of and good at and won't screw up, so I do that. And I know there's other things that she is, so I end up cooking most of the meals at dinner because I work really early mornings, and then at home I'm here at the time to make meals, so I do most of the meals, I do most of the cooking. I enjoy it, I find it relaxing, but it works well for balance because Patricia, I'm at work here by 5:30 in the morning. She's handling and taking care of the kids in the morning. Yeah. So it's like that kind of, we're always trying to like, okay, you do this, and like trying to balance it out.
Right, right. There's a lot going on right now with health and the coronavirus. What is the role of a father during this time? Is it a role of protector? Like that's a big thing nowadays for fathers, I think. They care about what's going on.
Well, I believe that. I think that's a big part of being a dad. But when we travel, I feel I can protect them because I'm like, hey, don't go here. Let's do this. There's certain things I think I can handle and I can protect them. But with something like this, I don't know what I can do.
What would you say has been the biggest influence in your life, a male role model? Because I'm all about that. Like, is there somebody who had a big influence for you as a father?
I guess my dad. My dad was always he's always there for the family, and I always kind of think hey, dad is, puts the family first and was always there for the family. So I think my dad is. He was a career Air Force NCO. He was a sergeant and a master warrant officer in the Canadian Air Force, and we moved a lot, and so he always had to take care of stuff. And I always think that dad is, okay, what does the family need? And then, okay, is the family taken care of, or the kids taken care of? And then okay, let's do something for myself, kind of thing.
If you had a piece of advice for a new father, somebody who is just starting out, what would it be?
I don't care how much education you have, how smart you have. When the baby shows up, you don't know anything. Well, no, you don't. I mean, I remember the first time I had to change a diaper, and I was taking Adrian's leg, and I was like, the movies where you put the pin in the grenade and the Rock is sweating, and Kevin Hart's
I'm sweating now thinking about
this. And like Kevin Hart saying, Rock, you got to put the pin in the grenade. And then 2 days later, we're at the pediatrics, and the doctor's, I go, the doctor's like, Mr. Lang, it's an infant, it's all cartilage. He goes, it's not a bomb. I'm like, oh. And so every day I was learning something.
Are you still learning?
Yeah.
Are you still? Yeah.
Yeah, constantly. Because they're all in different stages in their life, and like, I don't know. Because the stages they're at in their life now, it's really different than when we were that age. Because so sometimes we'll have family photos, and they'll be like, Dad, don't post that. Yeah. I go, yeah, but your Aunt Ginny and Nova Scotia, like, no, I'm like, oh, okay. Every stage, every movement along the way, everything they do in their life, you are learning something, and you're like, oh yeah, I didn't know that. And it's trial by error, and sometimes you make mistakes, and sometimes you do things right, and it's you want to protect them and help them.
You make mistakes. Did you make a mistake? You made mistakes as a
dude. Oh.
Okay.
But then you're also like, you got to give them space. You got to let them grow up.
Right.
You let them be adults.
Right.
And now both their kids have their G2. They both drive. Oh, wow. So like, here's the keys. Don't be smart. Don't get a ticket. Don't get an accident. And like, go to the dog. Let's go Hershey. Let's go for a walk because I don't even have my car now. And
what do your daughters think of you? This is it. This is the last question. What do your daughter, if they could be sitting here right now, what do they think of you as a dad?
Well, I think they think I'm reliable and I take care of them. I think I'm a little goofy sometimes and, silly, which I am. I do boneheaded things sometimes and I embarrass them. I know I embarrass them without even trying sometimes. But I think overall, I think they'd, it'd be like a 7.5 out of 10 or 7 out of 10. I'll take that.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Hey, well, thanks a lot. You're my first in this series, and I really appreciate. I've learned a lot from you already.
Thanks,
Working with you, the bump. I like that.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
thanks.